Alright, welcome back to the Game Smash Podcast. As always, I'm your host, William Liberty, and with me is...
Fawaz Muhammad Yusuf.
And Fawaz, what do we have today?
We've got a pretty fast podcast.
Yeah! Alright, let's get into it. We got Whispers of the Old Gods. Release date, possibly April 26th. We got new Overwatch Short released. We've got PlayStation 3.5 update. We got Neo demo coming soon. We got Doom open beta release date. We got God of War rumored to take place in Nordic mythology. And we've also got contradictions to that statement, but we'll talk about that later. So let's talk about what we played this week. So I played a game that I thought I would never play, like ever. I played Heroes of the Storm.
Oh?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, because I watched a couple of gameplay and I was like, you know what? It's free. Let me try it out. And, you know, it's pretty good. It's a pretty fun, like, little MOBA. It is very casual, though. Like, as someone who has played League, it is pretty casual. Like, usually, there were things that were weird to me, because in League, there's certain champions, and you have to call positions, right? You call your top lane, your mid lane, and your bottom lane. In this, it's kind of like, go to whatever lane you feel like. So I'm like, okay, that was weird. There's one thing I like, but it has kind of some problems, is that every time you set up a game, the map is different, which is really cool, and every map has a different gimmick. Okay. Like, for example, like there's one where it's like the main Nexus base that you're trying to destroy is guarded by these walls, and the only way to take down the walls is to curse. You go to the shrine and activate a curse or something like that. And there's another one that's really cool, in which every once in a while these shrines, these dragon shrines, will open up, and if you can hold 2 of them on the map for a certain amount of time, a dragon statue will come to life and help you take down like turrets and walls and whatnot. So that's really cool. The only problem I have with the map system is, one, there doesn't appear to be a way to like go for, like, there's certain maps where it's like I enjoy playing them more than others, so it's kind of like I wish there was a way, like, I only want to play this map, or I only want to play this map. There doesn't seem to be a way to do that. And also there's certain maps where I feel like certain heroes don't really work really well in that type of like game type. Yeah. So I'm kind of like, why did I pick this hero when he's gonna suck in this particular one? Like, there's one where it's like you have to collect doubloons and give them to like a death pirate, and a lot of the speedier champions are the ones that really excel on this map, because you get the kill, you pick up the doubloons, and then you run to the captain. Whereas if you're playing as someone who's really slow, you're already going to be at a disadvantage. But it was still pretty cool. It has the best system for skins, though. One of the problems I have with League is that when you see like some of the like customizable skins or colors or whatnot, you can't really tell what it's going to look like in game. Okay. So you have to look it up online. Well, in Heroes, you can actually click on the skin and go try, and it brings you into the sort of like little demo zone where you can control your character with the skin on. Okay. And it's a really, really neat system, and I hope that other MOBAs try and do this, because it's a good way to like, okay, before you buy, this is what it's going to look like.
You can see what the ultimate looks like, all that good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's a really cool feature. So I played that for a little bit.
What hero did you play?
I played Janna. Jaina. Sorry, Jaina.
Oh, okay, Jaina.
Yeah, Jaina. I get Jaina and Janna mixed up because there's a champion named Janna in League of Legends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I played Jaina. She's like an ice mage, and I looked up a little build. It's weird because the game has no items. Like, how it works is that you build off like skill trees, essentially. It's like every couple levels you can pick out of 4 different upgrades and whatnot, and they're all sort of different. Okay. So you can build a character more defensively, more offensively, sort of like that. Even though there's certain heroes that are more supporty than others or something like that.
Yeah.
But overall, it's pretty good. It's a very simple like MOBA. So like, if this would be a good place to get into MOBAs to kind of get your feet wet. But if you want to play something a little bit more deeper, then you can get into League of Legends or whatnot. But yeah, that's what I played. And the other thing I did is I went back to XCOM 2. Had some fun with that. I kind of gave up on my Iron Man playthrough on hard mode.
God damn it, Tana.
because I can't resist the urge to save scum. It's too much. I'm such a scumbag. I'm just the worst. And also I wanted to add some more mods. And the one problem with modding is that when you add new mods and then you return to the older playthroughs, it kind of gets a bit finicky. So I kind of just said, whatever, I'll start a new game. And I added a bunch of voice mods, which was really fun. I added the Talizora voice mod, and I made a character look like Talizora, and I was really happy about that because they basically ripped clips from like Mass Effect like 1, 2, and 3. So every time she gets a kill, she'll say something kind of like in the regards to what she would say in the game after getting a kill. So it's a really cool like little mod. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. But that's what I did this week. What about you, Fawaz?
Okay, so I kept up with Bloodborne. I came to a very funny realization. I actually haven't beaten the DLC yet. So I went back to that. I was stuck on this boss on the cover chick actually. You know, there's like a hunter sits on a chair on the cover of the DLC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I ran into her. She whooped my ass a little bit, but I beat her. Now I think I'm at the final boss. He's a real pain in the ass. But I think there's a little bit of a bug with him because you know the what's that thing called? The gem. I'm just gonna call it gem. The rune, of course, naturally. The rune that makes you regain health when you hit someone with a visceral attack.
Yes, yeah, I know that one.
It regains like 4 times the amount versus this boss.
Oh, okay.
So like you hit him with 1 visceral attack and you like fill up your entire life bar. He's still really tough though. His second form is I've been stuck on his second form for a while now. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do actually if I want to go grind out and level hit up a couple levels, or I just want to keep trying because he's pretty tough. Then I'm trying to find because there's a bunch of secret stuff in the. I think he's the final boss. That's the impression I've gotten. Mm-hmm. But I know there's one other boss, like a secret boss in the DLC. There's a bunch of weapons I haven't found. One complaint that I have with the DLC as a whole. Well, a couple of complaints. First of all, the DLC, honestly, it's not very good, if I'm being completely honest. The weapons are amazing. The weapons are so good. The DLC itself is not. It's so short. If it wasn't for the fact that some of the bosses are just such a pain in the ass, you probably beat that DLC in like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, honestly, Dark Souls and Demon Souls and Bloodborne DLC has always been short. Like, as someone who bought all the Dark Souls DLC, like, if you're good, you could finish it in maybe 3 hours or so. But obviously most people, when they get the DLC, they're not going to be good. So for me, it's great value because I'll be playing that for 8 to 10 hours and get absolutely nowhere.
Oh my god, Tanner.
Listen, okay, here's what we'll do. Since you seem to be in your Bloodborne mode, maybe Fawaz can help me beat that freaking first boss in the DLC.
Yeah, hit me up and I'll help you kill, what's his name?
Ludwig.
Ludwig's holy blade.
Yeah.
Have you made it to his final form yet?
I got to it. That's the part. I can beat his first form. I after memorizing his first form, I can handle it no problem. It's his second form that I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it's tough. But there's some tricks to beating him. I haven't played him in a long time. But yeah, I'll give it a try. I'd love to pop into your game and try to help you with that. But yeah, so I'm stuck on the last boss. He's pretty tough, and there's a bunch of weapons I haven't found. Oh yeah, the other complaint I had with the DLC is that, well, there's some really unique weapons in the DLC, but for a lot, like for example, there's just one weapon that is an arcane weapon. It scales with it's primarily for arcane characters, right?
Right.
Now, the issue with this is that to get to this weapon, I haven't even gotten to it yet, and I'm at the final boss. So I'm just going to assume that you have to kill the final boss to get this weapon.
Probably, yeah.
And it's like, it's for a very unique type of character build. A character build that does not have a weapon for it yet. So there's no way to respec your character, but then I don't think anyway that you can beat that boss with a pure arcane build. There's just no weapon that I know of. But then again, that's actually not entirely true. You can put like a fire gem in your weapon, and then that will scale with your arcane. So I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. But you do get my point.
No, I understand. That's a problem I have with just in Bloodborne is I really wish that in Bloodborne, when you go to fight the final boss, that when you finish the final boss, it brings you before, like it brings you back in your non-plus, non-new game plus mode. So you can not just respec, but you can just like, all right, if I have the option to go into new game plus mode whenever I want, but if I want to just stay in regular game mode, I can do that. Yeah. Because the thing that bothers me is that like there's a weapon that you get, you get the final boss's weapon, which is that amazing like scythe.
Yeah.
And it's not as viable in New Game Plus. It would be a great weapon to try in like a regular game mode, or try and fight against like other bosses or mini bosses you haven't fought. But it's like in New Game Plus, it's not as good, so it's kind of a shame.
Yeah, you literally can. And then the Chikage, for example, I created a character with the sole purpose of using the Chikage. That is a late game weapon.
Yeah.
Those are the last weapons you will ever get in the game. Like to put it simply, I just wish you could respect your character.
That is actually it's kind of interesting, because that's something that you could do in Dark Souls 2. You could respec your characters, so that might be something that you might be interested in, that they might be bringing back for Dark Souls 3, is the ability to respec, and it's an item that you can get.
Yeah, because now like there's some weapons that I found in this game that are really in the DLC that are really cool, but they're for like skill characters. So I'm like I've got to go back, create a skill character, reach like level 90, and then come here and get the weapon. Nah, I ain't got that kind of time. I guess I'm just never going to use these weapons. Yeah. Which sucks, because there's some really cool weapons. But so that's primarily what I played. I also the Guilty Gear Revelator, the demo came out on Tuesday. So how this demo works is if you digitally pre-order the game on PSN, on the PS4 only, you get a demo, and it's a pretty fully featured demo. It has the entire cast, the entire arcade cast. The three console characters, Kum, Raven, and Dizzy, aren't on there. So you get the entire cast. You have access to arcade mode, versus mode, and training mode. It's actually really funny. I was joking with my friends because I boot the game up, and literally as I boot the game up, it just recognizes my PS3 stick, like straight up.
Okay.
Yeah, with Street Fighter 5, you have to go to a menu every single time you boot the game up to make it recognize your stick, right?
Right.
Then I boot the game up, I look up, I was like, oh wow, there's an arcade mode in this. This is a demo and it's got an arcade mode. It's already got more features than Street Fighter 5.
I knew you were going to make that joke. I could just feel it. Yeah.
And this is the one that kills me. I go to the training mode and I make some changes to some of my features. I quit out of training mode, I come back, and would you look at that, it saved all my changes. I'm like, wow. So I guess I'm not asking for too much from you, Capcom. I guess you guys are just a bunch of dimwits. Then, to top it all off, I'm about to pick my character. I look at my character, and they've got 6 costumes unlocked. I don't even have to beat survival mode. I just have all my colors right there.
Yeah.
Would you look at that?
Crazy.
So yeah, Guilty Gear Xrd. I've been playing that demo. It's a lot of fun.
Well, good to hear. So I think we need to get into some news.
Yeah.
So we got Whispers of the Old Gods. Sorta confirmed for April 26. Kinda.
Yeah. So it's weird how it happened. There was a post on the website where they were talking about, heads up, starting on the 26th of April, cards from this set, because I think someone was about to buy the Naxxramas set, and then on Battle.net, and it gave them a notification that on the 26th of April, cards from this set will only be playable in wild format. You'll no longer be able to purchase this adventure unless you've already unlocked at least one of the wings, and you'll be able to craft the cards from this set using Arcane Dust. So people have started speculating that the release date for the DLC is the 26th of April. At the very least, Standard. I'm pretty sure Standard is coming out on the 26th of April. What adds more fuel to this fire is that they took that post down. They changed the date. They changed it from the 26th of April to what's this shit called? To late April, early May. So it really
It feels like it was a mistake, and they were like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's looking like the deal with the release date. But they've also revealed a bunch of cards, and
Yeah.
we can talk about some of them on the podcast. So
Yeah.
Tanner, you're talking about how you've got some really cool ideas for a new
I have one because one of my favorite decks is, and you say it's kind of scummy, is my sort of hybrid secret silver hand deck.
Yeah.
The new card Steward of Darkshire. Now I don't know exactly how it's gonna work, but basically it says whenever you summon a 1 health minion, give it Divine Shield. And if it's like, okay, I'm gonna drop that, I think it's like Call to Arms or whatever.
Muster for battle.
Muster for battle, and get 3/1/1s, and then they all get Divine Shield. Then it's like, that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, one thing of note though is that Muster for battle is from the GVG set. Mm-hmm. So it's being cycled out.
Well, no, but I mean, like, I'm gonna continue playing Wild. Like, okay. I might try out Standard, but honestly, I'm probably just gonna continue playing Wild because I've got too many cards and too many stuff. Like, okay. I'm gonna maybe try out Standard. I'll have separate decks that can be like my Standard decks, but it's not like I'm gonna throw away like all my favorite decks.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that card I'm really excited for. I think there was another one that I think is going to be pretty cool. It's a priest card. Destroy every creature that is like that has less than 2 health.
2 attack.
2 attack, yeah.
2 attack or less. You like that card?
Well, I think it's going to be good because, always good to have some more board clear for priest.
But like, when I saw the card at first, I was like, oh wow, this card is pretty cool. And then the more I thought about it, the more situational it sounded, right? So I asked yourself, what deck is this card going to be good against?
My Silverhand deck?
Yeah, but then he paid 4 mana to kill. It's not even a
Murloc deck.
What?
A Murloc deck.
That's the thing. A Murloc deck, not necessarily, because most Murlocs will be out of range of this.
It depends how early you play this.
Yeah, the earliest you can play this is turn 4. By turn 4, most Murlocs will be out of range of this. And the only good Murloc deck is the one that OTKs you. So you won't even, you doing this will just, they'll just.
So let me clarify this. My Murloc deck.
Yeah, because I'm thinking this is the meta, right? Because like this is useless against Zoo. Like 90% of the cards in Zoo have 2 attack or more.
Mm-hmm.
Have 3 attack or more actually. Other than the taunt dude, the 1/3 dude with taunt, and there's this one card, 2 mana, 2/2 battle cry, get a 1 mana card. Other than those 2 cards, most of the cards in Zoo have a high attack than that. And then there's same with face hunter and face shaman. And then like this card is completely useless against handlock. It's actually useless against handlock. You're only killing my taunt givers. You're not killing my giants. You're not killing my Sylvanas. When I play Jiraxxus, you're not killing the 6/6s that I'm spawning every time. This card is actually useless.
There's I'm trying to think of what other card that I think is pretty cool. Well, there's 2. There's one for Murlocs that it would be interesting. It's your hero power becomes summon a 1/1 Murloc, which is pretty crazy. The other one that I think is interesting is Cult Apothecary, which is basically for each enemy minion, restore 2 health to your hero. So if you're playing against a big spammy deck, then drop this card, I just gain 12 health, or I just gain 10 health, or something like that.
Yeah. See, the reason why I don't like that card, right, the Cult Apothecary, is because you have to, because like me, when I'm playing against a rush deck like that, I always clear the board before I heal, right? Because you play this card. Say on turn 5 you play this card. They've got 4 2 attack minions on the board. You play this card on turn 5. You gain 8 health. They will hit you for 8 damage the very next turn. and he completely nullifies everything this card just did. So usually I hit like with a Hellfire or a Lightning Storm, and then I try to heal after so that I can get the board back. But then with this card, it requires them to have a board before I can heal. So you have to play this like later in the game when you can play this and heal after. You can play this and clear the board after you play it. In which case, it just doesn't seem like a good card to me. But hey, what do I know?
Honestly, I'm still more interested in this set than I was in Grand Tournament.
Oh yeah. I always shit on the Grand
in comparison, but I don't know. Is there any cards in particular that you want to talk about before?
Oh yeah. There's two cards that I really want to talk about: Thing from Below and Master of Evolution. So before I became a handlock player full time, I used to be a Shaman player, right?
Yeah.
But then Shaman kind of fell off, and the only Shaman deck that was viable was the Aggro Shaman. I just can't play Aggro. It's just not in my nature, right? So then these two cards have been announced that seem really good. So first of all, Think from Below. 6 mana, 5/5 with taunt. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. Then you read the text. Costs 1 less for each totem you've summoned this game. Now, that applies to everything. If you use your hero power, that reduces the cost. If you play a totem, like a totem golem, that reduces the cost. If you play a card that summons a totem, that reduces the cost. And this works even when this card is in your deck, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be in your hand to get the discount. So if you're just playing the game, and then you just top deck the card, and it can cost 0 mana for a 5/5 with taunt. That is a very realistic. That is a very realistic possibility. Against aggro, you can realistically get this as a 4 mana for a 5/5 with taunt, which isn't crazy because the attack doesn't actually matter. It's the health that matters against aggro. Because most aggro minions will die to a Tazdingo, 4 mana 3/5 with taunt. So the fact that this has extra 2 attack doesn't generally matter. But you get the point though. I think this card is really good. I think this card will be very, very good in a mid-range Shaman, especially if Totem Shaman. They were trying to make Totem Shaman a thing with the Grand Tournament. It didn't work out. So we'll see if we still need a couple more totems to make Totem Shaman a thing. Totem Golem's a nice start, but we still need a 2-drop totem. A 3-drop totem and a 4-drop totem before Think from Below can become a thing. But as of right now, it's a very good card that still needs a couple more cards around it to become top notch.
Right.
Then the other card, Master of Evolution. 4 mana, 4/5. Right out the gates, those are amazing stats for 4 mana. Those are ideal starts for 4 mana. Like, Chillwind Yeti used to be the... before Piloted Shredder came out, Chillwind Yeti was the premier 4-drop. It was a 4 mana, 4/5. There was no actual text. There was no text on the card, just 4 mana, 4/5, and that was amazing. This is a 4 mana, 4/5 Battle Cry. Transform a friendly minion into a random one that costs 1 mana more. That is amazing. You play this card on your totem, and you play a 4 mana, 4/5, and you get it, and you transform your totem into a 2-drop.
Yeah.
You can use this card. Like you hit something with your fire elemental. You damage your card. Use this card on the fire elemental to heal it and transform it into a 7-drop, into a random 7-drop. This card has so much potential. I am so excited for this card, and it's a rare. So it's not going to be that hard to get.
I like the fact that a lot of some of the cards that we're more interested are rares, and they're not like out of reach.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for those 2 cards, and I'm probably never going to go back to being a full-time Shaman player because 1, I already have my Golden Shaman, and 2, to be honest, I just prefer the Warlock's Hero Power. I think the Warlock's Hero Power is the best hero power in the entire game, which is one of the reasons why I play Handlock so much, because I'm like, oh my god, my hand is shit. Let me just, spend 2 mana and draw an extra card. So I absolutely love the Warlock's Hero Power. But I will definitely give Shaman another try when this expansion comes out. So yeah, that's enough of that. I feel like I've babbled on for way too long.
Well, yeah, but we still got some more Blizzard news to talk about. So new Overwatch short got released, Alive, and it was starring Tracer and Widowmaker.
Yeah.
And it was actually a really, really cool short. Like it had lots of pretty fast action. Like I really like seeing Tracer fight scenes.
You just really like Tracer.
I just like Tracer. I think she's really cool.
She's pretty cool.
Because I like the idea of like I don't know what you would describe it, but like dashing. Like I love
blinking.
Yeah, blinking. Yeah, I really like seeing fight scenes with blinking in it or something of that kind of caliber.
Sure.
So yeah, I thought it was really cool. I liked how they also gave some little like lore details. Seems like there seems to be like some sort of robot human society, which I thought was really cool. Like the one chick who was like all like bros with the robot, which I thought was pretty cute, but a little bit weird because it's like C-3PO is like super hot, I guess, in this universe. Like, jeez.
Yeah. So just to quickly touch on a little bit of lore. So back in the day, there was this thing called I forget what it's called. But there were these Omni droids. There was a war between the Omnics. I think that's what they're called.
Okay.
So Bastion.
Okay.
A bunch of robots similar to Bastion. There was a war between humans and them. So after the war happened, a bunch of them, they got I'm not sure what happened, but they're trying to start, living in society, and people live because a lot of people saw their like loved ones killed by these robots, so they're not very fond of the idea. So that's why they were having that rally to sort of show support for humans and robots and to cut back on the racism and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in terms of the short, I liked it. I love seeing cinematic. I love seeing characters use their abilities in cinematic ways, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like watching the fight between Tracer and Widowmaker, they're both doing stuff that you would do in an actual Overwatch match.
Yes.
Yeah, Tracer runs up and she triggers the bomb, and then she does her rewind and she throws her bomb at Widowmaker, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. One complaint that I have, and this is just for the game in general, I hate Tracer's accent, and I hate Widowmaker's accent. It sounds like Americans trying to do a British and a French accent. Now, I might be wrong, and they might actually be British and French actresses who are just terrible.
I usually leave myself. I kind of go, you know what? I'm not gonna make comments about accents because one, I've tried to do them myself and I fucking suck at them.
But that's the thing.
But here's the other thing, and a lot of time, my second point is that a lot of times people will go like, oh, that accent sounds really fake, and then it'll be the director will go like, I'll make sure to tell these actors when they come back from England.
Yeah, I was about to get to that. Yeah. I did a lot of searching. I was trying to find out who the Tracer's voice actress was, so I know where she's actually from. I can't find any information on her yet, so I might be wrong, and she might actually be British, and Widowmaker's voice actress might actually be French. They did mention that they were trying to get more because like Widowmaker, she says a lot of stuff in French, so they were like that they were trying to get people who speak both languages to sort of make that work. But I can't stand their accents. Like whether or not they're actually from those places doesn't change the fact that the accent just grates on me so much. But other than that, no, it was really cool. Just to quickly touch on the comment section on the video was ridiculous. Everybody talking about how they need to nerf the booty and think of the children and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
They actually did patch out the booty pose. So there is
just as I don't really want to get into this because we talked about it in the last podcast, but they did actually replace that pose with a different type of pose, and it's more in the style of like a pinup girl from the 50s, which I thought was kind of weird, but
I run it, yeah.
Like I got it, but honestly, like people said, like, you know what? The people were complaining before that the other pose didn't really fit the character, and they said that this pose kind of fits the character more because she's a pilot, and this would kind of make sense. So I was like, okay, whatever. I guess that kind of helps. But anyway,
hey,
whatever helps. Anyway, but yeah, good stuff. Keep up these awesome shorts. I'm excited for the next one.
I'm excited for the next one.
And I've got another piece of news that Fawaz is going to be excited for. The PlayStation 3.5 update. So why don't you take it away, Fawaz?
Finally! Okay, so they added a patch that allows us to, we can customize our friend list options. So now you can you can get notifications when friends come online.
Hmm.
However, it doesn't apply to all of your friends. You can pick and choose. You can make it apply to all your friends, or you can make select
That
friends.
Yeah, that's actually a really cool feature because
I love it.
there might be one friend where it's like I really don't need to know if he's on.
I mean, there's a bunch of people on my friends list that I really have no interest in knowing when they come online, and
Yeah.
I'm only friends with them because I'm friends with them in real life.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the only reason why I haven't taken them off my friends list. So yeah, I can make it so I get a notification when specific people come online. So there's that. Then you can also then the flip side of that is now you can change your status.
yeah.
So you can appear offline. So if I want to watch Netflix, for example, and I don't want my friends hitting me up with
Yeah,
party.
I always find that really funny when it's like, oh, Fawaz is on Netflix. I should leave him alone. But there's other people who go, oh, Fawaz is on Netflix. Time to spam him with messages.
It's funny though because it doesn't always show when you're on Netflix.
Yeah, I guess so. Because it's like, I'm usually able to tell when one of my friends is on Netflix for the most part. But
Yeah. Yeah, they also had a couple of other things. You can broadcast a daily motion now. You can share your friends' moments to your feed. You can check the PSN status from menus. You can create teen accounts. For all you parents listening to our podcast, they added remote play capabilities between PC and Mac.
I'm interested to try this out if I can figure out how that works.
I look forward to hearing your impressions of this. And now you can create events. You can create user scheduled events. So it will automatically add when the event starts, it will automatically create a party that your friends can hop into, and it will notify them. If you guys say with Overwatch, when Overwatch comes out, if I'm like, yo Tanner, let's play Overwatch. What day are you free? Like I'm free on this day. So I'm like, cool. I created an event for that day. So if you're online and you're playing Dark Souls 3, it'll just let you know, like, yo Tanner, stop getting bodied in Dark Souls 3 and stop getting bodied in Overwatch.
I want the notification to say that exactly in that kind of tone. Oh, that would be amazing. But yeah, no, I feel like this is actually a really awesome update. A bunch of new features, and yeah, I think this is just a really great update, and I'm excited to try out these, especially the friendless stuff. Like, it's going to be a lot of fun to try a bunch of new stuff with that.
Okay.
But next on our list, we got Neo demo coming soon. So the game is set to release in 2016. Not sure when, but the official demo is going... I don't know how official, but a demo is being released from April 26th to the 5th of May.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about this demo is, like, one, you're going to get your hands on the game, so you'll finally be able to play it. I was reading the article. This game has been, like... was announced a long time ago.
10 years ago.
10 years ago, which is like, whoa. Because I thought it was like a surprise when it came out. Because I didn't hear about it like for so long, or at least.
Yeah, it was one of those things that was like kind of announced, or just mentioned. If you read like a PlayStation mag, I mean, because it was announced for the PS3 before the PS3 came out.
Yeah.
And there was never really like a gameplay walkthrough or anything like that. So yeah.
It just never came to be.
But yeah, it looks like it's finally coming out. It's nice to get, because it got re-announced at TGS, and we haven't really seen much gameplay from it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited for this demo. To be honest, one thing I'm looking forward to with this demo is watching gameplay of the game. It's very similar to Dark Souls. I think we can all.
Yeah, we can see the influences right there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the differences.
Yes.
Because I hope it's not just a Dark Souls set in feudal Japan.
Yeah.
I can't lie, I'll be pretty disappointed if it's just Dark Souls set in feudal Japan. Now, with that said, I'll probably still buy it. But I will be disappointed because it's Team Ninja game. So I'm hoping to see some of that Ninja Gaiden flavor involved in the game.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of Onimusha flavor,
Yeah, I think a lot of people are saying that, okay, good, we're finally getting the new Onimusha game.
Yeah, I mean, Capcom's heads are so far up their asses right now that even if they announced a new Onimusha, I wouldn't be excited for it. So So yeah,
one other thing of note that's really cool. For those who actually complete the demo, they will actually receive bonus DLC for the main game when it comes out if they purchase it, which is
that's
really really interesting. I don't know what this DLC actually implies, but it might be just like something small. But I find it's like a cool way to like try out the demo. And thank you for trying it out. If you actually buy the game, here's a bonus for trying out the demo.
And it's because it's an early demo. The game is still, I think the game still has a little ways to go. Apparently, you can provide some feedback on the game in an online survey. So I guess that's why they added this little incentive, because this is like it's called an alpha demo. That's what they're calling it. So it's like a mini alpha that people can play and give them. It's like a mini beta people can play and give them feedback on it. So good stuff. They also announced that there's going to be a manga to coincide with the release of the game. And honestly, the only reason why I wanted to comment on this was because I looked at the art of the manga. And we joke about how the protagonist is Geralt of Rivia.
Looks a lot.
Well, in the manga, he's blonde, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know Geralt was blonde, and it was just so weird. I'm like, why? But yeah, I just more cross media promotion. We had the Final Fantasy anime last week, and now we've got the
Neo manga. Oh, I'm excited.
Good stuff. But sticking with April-based demos, we just got news that Doom was going to get an open beta in April 15th, which is a pleasant surprise, because I thought they were only going to do the closed beta with Doom, which I didn't get into because, it's a closed beta.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's good. So you'll be able to get your hands on it pretty easily on April 15th. I like open betas. Open betas are nice because I don't have to work my ass off to try and get into an open beta.
Yeah, you just go online. Preload for the beta is gonna begin on the 12th of April. So in 5 days, ladies and gentlemen, 5 days. And then it's only gonna launch for the weekend, so April 15th through April 17th. But it'll be nice to be able to try out the Doom multiplayer, see what's up, because it is so different from what we are accustomed to. So I look forward to giving it a try. They also announced, they also detailed some of the DLC. In less exciting news, they detailed the DLC. All I've got to say to this is that what the hell, id Software? You ruined the streak. 2 weeks ago, I was talking about how almost every developer was giving away maps for free now. And then id Software are like, nah, B, we're not about that free map life. We're going to give you free modes, because the Lord help you if you charge us for new modes, AI enhancements, snap map content, and map modules. However, the DLC, each DLC will be priced at $15, and the first has been vaguely detailed, will include 3 new maps, 1 new weapon, 1 new playable demon, 1 new armor set, 1 new piece of equipment, new hack modules and taunts, new customization colors and patterns. This DLC is bullshit!
It's not great. Well, one, it's vague. It's really vague. Now, we don't know how much of... here's the thing. We don't know, how... It says, 1 new weapon, 1 new demon, 1 new armor, 1 new equipment. And then it says, new hack and taunts, and new customization colors and patterns. How many customization colors and patterns? How many new hacks and taunts? And it's not, realistically, for $15, that's a bit steep. Maybe if it was maybe 5 or at the most 10, I'd be like, okay, it's not great, but okay, but 15 is a little bit too much. Considering we also don't know what these maps are going to be. Because here's the problem I have with the DLC maps, is that there's certain maps where it's like, wow, this map sucks. I don't like playing at it at all. And it's like, yeah, exactly. So it's like, why would it? So what's going to happen is that if these 3 new maps come out and it's like people like, oh, I don't like these maps at all, they're not that great, then no one's going to buy this DLC.
And that's the worst part. The worst part, and this is the reason why so many developers are sort of moving away from selling maps, is that maps splinter the community. I'm playing with a group of my friends. They have the maps. I don't. We go into a playlist that
Has the maps.
They have the maps. I don't. I can't play with them if they want to play on the maps. Period. It's a terrible idea, and I'm really disappointed in id Software, the quote unquote father of FPSs, for taking a step back when literally everybody else around them is, well, not literally, because Call of Duty will always be Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But practically everybody else around them is giving maps for free, and then not only that. Like, I would love to see some. I mean, and granted, like we said, we don't know the full details about this DLC.
We really don't.
So, you know, I'll take this my criticism with a grain of salt, I guess. Is the
Yeah, like once we
player DLC for Doom.
Yeah,
I
like
would love to see more single player DLC. Like, I like, you know, give us don't even give us extra maps, but you know what? Give us, if you're gonna give us maps, give us the maps for free. Charge us $15 for a new for a new DLC expansion. For a new single player chapter. I'd be down with that. Maybe not $15. Maybe I went a little ahead of myself here. But look at what Battleborn is doing. And wow, look at how the tables have turned. Usually, I'm comparing Battleborn negatively to another game, and now I'm comparing another game negatively to Battleborn. Look at what Battleborn did though. Like every single, like, all the characters are gonna be free. First of all, they didn't mention anything about maps. So hey, maybe they're charging for maps as well. But you know what? Characters are free, so I'll cut them some slack in that regard.
Right.
Now they have single player expansions. Each one is gonna cost $5 for each single player expansion. These guys are charging $15 for one.
Yeah, like it's.
Yeah. This beta better be a whole lot of fun. It better be a whole lot of fun in software. You drop the ball on Rage. So
yeah, well that's the one thing is that like I honestly, if the maps were free and if they sold this like equipment and like demons separately, like I would be fine with that because it's like it would be separate, and then it's like, okay, if I want to spend $5 on customization colors, I can do that, or if I want to spend $2 on some new armor, I can do that. Like, that I'm fine with. It's just the fact that it's like you can't buy this separately, at least from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Which really sucks because it means that you're going to be forced to pay $15 no matter what. Even if that's the worst thing I hate, is that I hate forced bundles, because when you get a forced bundle, it's just like, all right, 5 of the things that are in this bundle I actually want, and the other stuff is just kind of garbage to me. So I hate paying extra money for stuff that I don't need to get. So I don't know. We'll have to see when we get more details on this. But for now, excited for the beta, not excited for the DLC.
Yeah, same here.
All right. But something that is very interesting.
Oh my God.
God of War is rumored. The next God of War is rumored to take place in Nordic mythology.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
So now, normally I don't like commenting on rumors on the podcast. We like to make this. We like to make this an actual news website, so we don't touch on it. But we try our best. We try our best, but okay. So first of all, where this started was an insider, Shinobi 602, sees that the next God of War was going to take place in Nordic mythology. His tweets went like across the Rainbow Bridge, and then the next tweet was to the halls of Valhalla. My boy, hashtag God of War 4. Now, Shinobi 602 apparently is well-respected member of the popular gaming forum NeoGAF, and his leaks have been incredibly reliable in the past, right?
Right.
But what really got me interested were the actual concept sketches. Now, these could be fan-made. I mean, remember we saw that fan-made video of Medieval running on the Unreal Engine. So this could easily be fan-made. It wouldn't even require much effort. But there are actual images of a Kratos-looking dude exploring Nordic ruins, and man, it's amazing. I have wanted a Nordic God of War since Two Human was announced at Exo 6 10 years ago. So this is a dream come true for me. I love Norse mythology. Well, I love mythology in general.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a lot of great mythology games. We don't have a lot of Norse mythology games, and I feel like there's a lot of juice in Norse mythology, a lot of untapped potential there. So a God of War set, oh my God,
it would be great because I'm thinking of all like the creatures you could be fighting, giants like frost giants and fire giants. Oh, fucking the end game could be like Ragnarok, and you could be fighting like fucking like Valhallian knights on horseback. Oh, it would be great, and that's something. And I feel like the reason why this would be good, and probably the reason why it took so long to do, is because yes, Too Human ruined Nordic mythology in video games because everybody was like, ugh, at the idea of Nordic mythology after Too Human. So I'm excited that this might actually be a comeback, and it's gonna be great because there's so much untapped potential. Like, my experience of Nordic mythology has to do with like Age of Mythology. So I learned a lot from there, and there's some like Nidhogg's. Oh god, if you got to fight a Nidhogg, that would be great. Nidhogg is like a weird combination between a dragon and a moose.
Wow.
Yeah, it's freaking great, and I'm just like, oh, that would be so cool to fight. And there's a lot of like really cool concepts in Norse mythology. So yeah, honestly, I want this to be true. However, there is currently something that's kind of contradicting this statement, and it has to do with one of the animators who I think works with God of War or whatever, said that he had recently been animating a Gorgon animation or something to that extent. He didn't say what it was for, but he said that that's what he was working on.
Yeah, he put it on his CV. Like, a lot of stuff for video games has been leaked because of dudes' CVs. Like and on his CV, it's like 2015 Brain Zoo Studios senior character animator, God of War animation of Gorgon and Hydra creatures for a special venue. Now, this does not necessarily mean that God of War 4 is not going to be set in Norse mythology, because a couple of things could be the case here. One, they could have a CGI trailer that transitions from Greek mythology to Norse mythology, right? It starts, it's like, you've killed Zeus, you've done, spoiler alert, you've killed all these Greek gods, and then, it shows like a bunch of animations with like all the Greek nonsense that the Gorgon and the Hydra are in, and then it's like, now let's see how you handle Norse mythology type shit. This could be for an HD collection of the God of War trilogy. This could be for like a collection of all the God of War games that are being ported to the PS4. It could be for a bunch of things, but yes, this does not add credibility to the rumor.
No, it doesn't. Honestly, I hope that this is just they're two separate things, because man, they'd like a whole new character, whole new cast. It would be the best thing for God of War. It really, really would.
Yeah, because it's funny when I saw this headline first, the one about the dude's resume, and I saw Gorgon and Hydra. I'm like, yep, I do not care about God of War 4 at all. Then I saw the other headline, and I saw the images, and I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Why? Because, when they announced God of War 4, I was like, yup. Like, seriously.
The funny thing is that this is not exactly God of War 4. This is more like God of War 7.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? Because I'm like, we've killed everything.
There's nothing left to kill. Kratos is just sitting in a chair, like reading the newspaper, looking out his window, like, is there anything? No.
Yeah. If there's one thing that God of War Ascension taught us, it's that after God of War 3, there was really nowhere left to go, and God of War Ascension did not sell very well. So I genuinely believe that we're going to see some kind of paradigm shift with God of War 4. It's either, if it does stay in Greek mythology, it's going to be like a full-blown reboot, start from scratch. It's not we are not seeing a sequel to, we're not seeing a sequel to God of War Ascension, God of War 3. Yeah, that one I'm so sure of, because God of War Ascension did not sell well, and then it just doesn't make sense, like, everyone is dead.
Yeah,
everyone is dead.
Everyone's
spoiler
gone.
alert.
So anyway, in short, excited for Nordic mythology. Please let it be true.
Oh my god, if I get to kill Thor, I get to battle Thor, or I get to fight alongside Thor. Oh man, don't take this away from me.
Don't take this away from me. I want to fight Odin. I want to fight Odin. God. All right, so now we got our question of the day from Jay Streets. All right, and he's got a great question. What is/has been your gaming guilty pleasure? For me, it is Yu-Gi-Oh!/Magic. Not sure much considered a nerd thing anymore, but there was a time when I reluctantly answered yes to if I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Or not. Reveal your secret shame. I got my answer. You want me to go first, Fawaz?
Yeah, you go first.
I guess I got a couple, but the one that always comes to mind is Kingdom Hearts. Because I love Kingdom Hearts. It's a really goofy concept, and it's a little bit embarrassing to bring up in topic. Because I'll be like, oh, I really like Kingdom Hearts, and then someone will be like, so what's Kingdom Hearts about? Oh, it's a game where you play with Goofy and Donald, and you go and hang out with Final Fantasy characters, and then people look at me like, what the fuck are you smoking? So it's like, and plus, like, the game is not exactly, it's not exactly like a deep, dark tale, and there's a lot of, like, really kind of goofy, childish moments in it, but it's like, I still love it. Like, it's nostalgic for me. And in a lot of ways, Pokemon, but Pokemon less so, because there was a time where I really liked Pokemon, but it was not really cool to like Pokemon. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but then all of a sudden, this weird hippie movement came along where it was like, dude, Pokemon is the best. And it weirdly became a lot more accepted for whatever reason. So I was like, okay, sweet. I don't have to hide it anymore. So I guess I would say that Kingdom Hearts, Pokemon, kind of my guilty pleasures. But yeah, what about you, Fawaz?
Okay, I've actually thought of one.
Oh. I'm excited. What's it gonna be?
Okay, so my guilty pleasure is the Dead or Alive series. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it real. Dead or Alive used to be my favorite fighting game, but it was not for the fighting mechanics.
Oh, gee, I wonder.
Okay, that's not entirely true. I actually did like Dead or Alive 2, like as a fighting game. I really liked Dead or Alive 2. I loved the stage transitions and the fact that you could interact with the backgrounds and all that good stuff. But that was not what got me into the franchise. I'm just going to keep it 100 with all of you. I never played the Extreme Beach Volleyball because I couldn't get that DJ.
Because I'm glad that it's like, I loved it alive. Even I have standards,
But yeah, man, I loved me some Dead or Alive back in the day. Oh my god, I cannot believe I'm asleep. When I was younger, I had the biggest crush on Tina. Tina, I had the hugest crush on, and oh my god. Yeah, well, you know what? It's all out.
It's all out there. Hashtag Fawaz loves Tina. There we go.
Fawaz was not always an ass man. There was a time where I preferred tits, preferred the booty, but those dark days are behind me. Haha. So yeah, Dead or Alive, my guilty pleasure.
Yeah. All right. I think that's pretty good stuff. I'll make sure to leave in the comments what your guilty pleasure was. We can just spread it around for everybody. But anyway, I think with that, we're gonna have to wrap things up. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. If you leave a comment in the comment section, we'll make sure to answer in the next podcast. And as always, this was your host, William Liberty, and
was Muhammad Yusuf.
And we'll see you guys next time. Take care.